Hey guys, I hope you're well. Hey, look at the laptop, upper left hand corner of the screen. Kinda looks like I got a light flare effect going on. Kinda like that video, that dance video to that song by Hadaway. Oh my God, those men and women, their freedom of movement just stunned me, man. And you might not know what it's like. You're not an old part like me, and you haven't destroyed both of your legs. And I want you to see what's under that lens flare, that light flare. The phone can't capture it. Let's zoom you in. No, my phone can't capture the little spacecraft. That's wild. I wonder why not. Oh, there we go. The laptop lid was at a bad angle. I love that wallpaper. Hang on, I gotta pause you. Okay. My daughter Kelly, 30 years in the past, wants to say hi. Look at that knowing look on her face. That's scary, man. You know why she has a knowing look? Because she had good old mom and dad figured out at the age of 8. We were but pawns in her. We were but puppets dancing on her strings. Now she's got more degrees than can be counted on both hands, and she's a personal trainer, and she's got a degree in biology, and she's into mountain climbing, and exceedingly healthy somehow. I wanted to talk about a few things because I was going to do the rig setup video next. How I talk about how I set my rig up, but then I've been jotting things down. You guys want me to show you how to make your first QSO? Yeah, boy, that leaves things unsaid, man, in my head, and I've been jotting things down, things I'd like to suggest to you, and he got so many I decided maybe I better make a video on that before doing the rig setup video, because who knows how long the rig setup video will be. I babble. My videos run real long, and in these I'm not trying to limit myself at all. You know, I'm letting myself babble. So some of these, ignore this. Ignore what's in this circle. Ignore what's in this circle down here. I'll tip you down in a minute. We will talk briefly about this. But these are the things that I think you probably should think about maybe now. And anyway, just, something to consider. A lot of things a seasoned CW op takes for granted. Now, we're going back into the same discussion as in the other video. We don't take it for granted, but it's second nature, and we don't think about it. It's like, scratching your head, man. Okay, let me think. Let me take my glasses off. I think I got the phone fairly well squared up. Okay. Oh, man, hang on. Okay, up here to start things off are a couple of abbreviation characters. I wrote hi down out there because I've never specifically mentioned hi, the letters of laughter. If you see somebody, you're in a conversation with somebody and he says something and he says hi, hi, he's not crazy. He's just laughing. Okay? What he said was meant to be funny. I'm surprised at a couple comments that you guys have left regarding punctuation. And yep, the characters are long, man. I agree with you. That being said, they're pretty unique. And thankfully, the only two, I'm telling you, man, I've been sitting here thinking about the QSOs I've made, both fast contact and rag chew, over the course of years, over the course of decades, guys. And I will say, once in a blue moon, I'll hear a period, but it's once in a blue moon. It was more common back in the day. You know what I mean? Not so much anymore. And I've been giving it thought. Okay, I'm doing this part over. I'll probably splice it in where it belongs. I steered you wrong, guys. I'm a ball of nerves right now. The hyphen isn't what I said. It's BT. You know, it's just a... And that's probably going to be your best friend. Gives you thinking time. It's the comma and the question mark are the opposites, right? I'm sorry. The comma and question mark. All right? And the question mark is opposite the comma. Oh my God, am I a ball of nerves right now? I always am on camera because it's contrary to my personal philosophy that says, he who speaks does not know, and he who knows does not speak. Kind of the way I've lived my life. Okay, let's get on with this. Over here, oh man, that's become the very finest way to say goodbye, to close the QSO. There is nothing finer than a quickly sent, off-timed. Listen to me. Listen to the timing. I'm going to send DE, then my call sign, and then I did it. Love it, man. So, did that. Should you repeat everything twice? No. No. The QSO will never end if you do that, especially at your guys' speed. Oh, I'm sorry about that. You didn't deserve that hate, because it's love. Should you repeat? What should you repeat? Some things I say yes. If and again, I'm telling you what would sound normal to me. If you and I got together on the air, and I can't say if we hooked up on the air, that has a different meaning these days with the younger crew. If we met on the air, and what would sound normal to me if you told me such things, and we're going to go over some of this more in depth when I do my demo QSO and an on-air QSO in the last part. But what would sound normal to me as far as repeating? I'm pausing you. The furnace has got to go off. Okay, sorry about that. And repeating basic info. What would sound normal to me? If you said name HR here is, if you want to use the word is, about half the time it's used. Name here is Danny. Okay? Or Dan. We'll say Dan. Name HR is Dan. Or if you don't use the is, name HR Dan. Basic info. What would sound normal if you said name here, and you can spell here out. Name here is Danny. question mark, Danny. That personally, that's how I prefer to repeat my name or repeat anything. I'll say the info, then send question mark, then repeat the info. And then you could send a hyphen to carry on if you wish. But it would sound normal to me if you repeated your name. My signal report. And when it came to you telling me your QTH, or when you're going to tell others your QTH, you can mention your city or one close by if you like, but you don't have to. You know, if you're in Rhode Island, you can just say QTH is RI. And if you want to repeat it, QTH is RI, question mark, RI. And if you do that, they know what state you're talking about. We use the two-letter state abbreviations constantly in CW. Don't spell your state out. It's not necessary, abbreviate it, please. If you want to tell your city, that's fine. You don't have to. It's up to you, whatever you feel like doing. So let's see, anything else there? No. That's about it. And that's about all I'd expect to hear you repeat to me. Your name, and the report. Very often repeated, both of those two pieces of information, but generally not the rest. But sometimes the QTH. Okay, let's move down the list. Ignore the circle below where we were talking about. One thing you can do, excuse me, guys, after your first exchange, okay, regardless of who called CQ, doesn't matter, after you've sent him his signal report, your name, your QTH, and another tip, keep it to that 3 pieces of basic info on the first go around, guys. Don't tell them the weather. I'd love it if you get into a rag chew on the first go around. You don't tell them what rig you're running. Don't tell them what antenna you're running. Don't tell them that stuff, man. Not even the power if you're a QRPer. Save it. For the next go around. Okay? Keep the first go around to name, report, QTH. You can start off with a GA or in GE or whatever for a good afternoon or a good evening. GA, you are 579 in MI, comma, name, HR, Chuck, question mark, Chuck, hyphen. So that's the type of thing. I forget what I just said. I'm scared. So that would be a very typical first go around. Name, QTH, whatever. His signal report. Okay, I'm going to pause you. Move you down lower. Okay, what I've written up the side here is saying hi at beginning and bye at end of QSO. How would I start out a QSO? If I were calling CQ and you came back to me and you said NANK DE, and when you're coming back, boy, I'm throwing out some hints, some tips that I didn't have written down. If I'm calling CQ and you want to come back to me, don't send my call twice. Send something like N8NKDE, N0OB. N0OB. K. That would be the perfect reply to a CQ. You know, once you've established a CQ, your very first, how do you say hi? I might say something like GAESTUFER call OM. You know, good afternoon and thanks for the call, old man. That's what I just said in highly abbreviated form. Write it down, look at it, back up, listen to it again. Write it down, look at it, and you'll see the beauty. So that's a typical hi or GA. If you want to keep it short, come back to me like N8NKDE N0OB TU UR 579 in TX, comma TX. Then you could say, okay, question mark, or just you don't even have to send these call again. Okay, question mark, BK. Right? You don't have to get it. Another hint, you don't have to send the call signs with every damned exchange. Unless you're sending it so slow that you're taking more than 10 minutes per transmission. I'm sorry, man. You did deserve all that. But, right. So, that saying hi. How to say goodbye. Here's some examples. Let's see. Here's an example of a repeat. 73, pause, 73, and good afternoon. N0 will be from me. Thank you. Dit. You might say HB for have. Have a good, GUD, day. Have a good day. N0OB from N8NK 73, dit. Very typical exchange right there, or closing, us saying goodbye. A briefer one, thank you, and 73, the calls, and then a dit. And can you see the bottom? Whoa, barely. Let's see. Okay, I wrote this down because you don't have to, if you don't feel like it, don't. Sending the other guy's call when you're done with the QSO. I've done this. Just eliminate the other guy's call. Thank you, and 73 from me, from N8NK. With or without the dit, that's up to you. Thank you, and 73. You could insert the letters OM for old man. Thank you, and 73, old man, from blah. Blah. The bottom line, if you're calling CQ, you're N0OB. You're calling CQ and someone comes back to you. I wrote that. Yeah. Thank you for call. Your RST is, you can begin a convo that way. That and that don't belong together. But you know what I mean, man. Right? Or you know what letter is becoming more common? What abbreviation? Instead of saying thank you, they'll say TKS. Thanks. Thanks for call. Your RST is, I'm going to pause you and look at this list and see if there's anything I'm missing. Yeah, no, I think we've worked that horse to death, as they used to say. Can you believe that? What a tough world, man, for that phrase to even be invented. This one will talk about rig keyer modes. I'll talk about that when I show you my rig setup. Because you know why? I've heard people on the air that had the craziest sounding CW. It was normal CW modulated by another CW's waveform. It was bizarre. And then one day I had it happen to my rig, and I was absolutely confounded. And I realized that it was because I was using an external electronic keyer with the key jack set to a keyer mode. My keyer was telling the rig's internal keyer to key, you know. And yeah, anyway, man. Anyway, I hope some of that was useful to you. I wanted to talk about those things before getting into the rig setup and all that. And apparently I made the right decision because I can't see. I guess we're going on, 12 or 13 minutes now. So, but it's hopefully worth it for you to sit through the bore and the chore and the snore. Yeah, I'm a poet, but I don't know it, man. Whoa, that's not the parting shot you guys are going to get some pretty light on the subject. Tell you, Kelly'd like to say 73. You like how you can hear my tripod sliding on the desk? Whoa, I'm sorry about that. Try to set up a nice closing shot and I gave you seasickness. From Blozo and Chuck at your Clio outpost. Good luck, guys. You don't need good luck. You just need to practice. Thanks for watching.